give you a quick agenda of what we're going to cover today. We're going to do some introductions and allow you to meet everyone on our team from our organizational development services team and just clarify some of our roles so that when you guys have follow-up questions or anything regarding your membership, you know exactly who to talk to. We're going to be going through our membership tiers and benefits overview, and we'll talk about where we've been in terms of what's been offered in your membership, what we've added, and provide all the details for how you guys can take full advantage of that as well. And then we'll finish with a time of Q&A. And I do want to say, if you have questions throughout the whole conversation today, feel free to put those in the chat box. We're going to be presenting, but we want to make this as organic as possible. And, feel free to, type in questions and ask at any point. This isn't us lecturing to you. It's going to be more of a conversation so that you guys can take full advantage of your membership.
Cool. Hi, everyone. My name's Julia Ainley Goodwin, and I'm the ODS coordinator at OneOC. And I just wanted to take this time to introduce myself, as well as have my team members, Kevin and Amanda, introduce themselves as well. And if you could put your name, position, organization, what brought you here, and what's one thing you hope to gain from this webinar in the chat, that would be great. Just a little bit about myself and my position at OneOC is I get to assist our organizational development services department in regards to membership and training. Some of you guys, I see your names, and I feel like I've probably talked to you all before through email. If you do have questions regarding OneOC membership, usually those are directed to me, and I will be more than happy to assist you. And I see some of you guys already putting your names in the chat. Thank you so much for doing that. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Kevin to talk a little bit more about his position here at OneOC.
Yeah, thanks, Julia. So my name's Kevin Pappas, and I'm the training manager at OneOC. I've been with the organization for almost a year now, actually, coming up in September. And my role as a training manager is I oversee the training program in terms of our content. I work with our trainers and work with all of our nonprofit members in terms of making sure that we're offering courses that are relevant and support your guys' needs as nonprofit professionals. And so I also support Julia in terms of getting the word out about membership, as well as you'll see later, we've bundled in a lot of our training offerings into our membership. And so I'm going to be your point person in terms of any questions related to training and how that connects to your membership. And I did want to say, most of you probably at some point have worked with Kelly Poisson, who was our previous membership specialist. And Julia actually has kind of assumed that role and has maintained a lot of the stuff that Kelly's been doing. So if you do have questions, Kelly is still with OneOC, but she's actually moved to a different position. So if you ever do have questions specifically about membership that you used to talk to about with Kelly, Julia is now your point person for that. And then we also have Amanda Green with us on the call, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces and names, and also some new faces and names, which is really exciting. So thank you so much for joining us today. I am our Organizational Development Services Director, if you don't know me, at OneOC. I have the pleasure of being able to interact with so many folks with OneOC in my position. We have a wide variety of support networks for our nonprofits that we work with, and we'll be going over some of that with you today. I also oversee our department as well as our consulting services specifically. So if you have any questions or are in need of consulting, or really just maybe don't know exactly what you don't know about your organization, I can absolutely support you. And so we'll be talking through some of those benefits as Kevin and Julia shared, and there'll definitely be opportunities for us to talk through kind of what those benefits are and who the person is that you would go to for those things. So thanks for being here, and I'll turn it back to Julia.
Thank you. Yeah, if we could go to the next slide, we are actually going to, going a little too fast, Kevin. Thank you. We would love to take a poll at this time to see what your current membership level is, whether it's accelerated, premium, or you don't know, just so we can get an idea of who is joining us on the call. Okay, And then Kevin, whenever that poll is ready, if we could show the results on your screen, that would be great.
Yep, looks like we got one more person, and there they are. So a lot of don't knows, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, I see we have 12% of you all are accelerated members, 18% are premium, and 71 do not know, which is totally okay because the purpose of this webinar is to go over what you currently receive with the OneOC membership and what is going to be added on in the next couple of slides. So if you could go to the next one, that would be great. Thank you. Perfect. So just as a refresher, in the past, members have had the following benefits, and you still do have these benefits as well. Purpose of this webinar is to show you what's being added on, but we thought it would be great for you to know what other benefits you're already receiving in case you're not using them yet at this time. So you do get the opportunity to post nonprofit job listings on OneOC's website, which is available for all of our OneOC members to do. You also receive volunteer recruitment support, whether that's through our volunteer calendar, our hands-on connects volunteer management system. In regards to those, your organization can post any opportunity that you may have for a volunteer, whether it's in person or virtually. Due to COVID-19, of course, more organizations have been posting volunteer opportunities that require volunteers to work from home, which is great. And you also have the ability with the volunteer management system to manage your volunteers' hours and to see what type of projects they're interested in. You also get access to support and promotion for our National Days of Service. Just as a refresher, National Days of Service are 5 days, or I'm sorry, 4 days out of the year. It's 9/11, Day of Remembrance, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Earth Day, and also Seasons of Giving, which is from November to December, where plenty of organizations do volunteer opportunities at that time. And at OneOC, we think it's important to, support organizations that are doing volunteer services and related to those days or that need support on those specific projects. You also get inclusion with our Match, Meet, and Serve program and our community volunteer Orange County access and get access to corporate connections as well. And lastly, you get 20% off OneOC's training courses. And Kevin, if you'd let me share my screen, I'd be more than happy to show all of you just a couple of the pages that are in relation to those benefits we currently went over. And here we go. Okay. Kevin, can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
I can, yep.
Perfect, thank you. So the first page I wanted to show you guys is the nonprofit job listing page. This is located on OneOC's website. So as you can see, we have frequently asked questions about OneOC's nonprofit job listing board. And if you look, we'll have local nonprofit job opportunities. So if you do have an opportunity with us that you want to post, it will be available here for anyone to see. And as you can see, for example, we have Second Harvest Food Bank. They posted an opportunity for a CalFresh enrollment specialist. What we'll do is we'll link your organization's webpage here, and then we'll have click here for job description. We'll post the job description that you provide us along with your contact information here for that potential candidate to download your job description and apply for it. And if you do want to submit a job opportunity, all you have to do is visit OneOC's page and click on Post Jobs Now, and you'll be asked to fill out a form stack job listing and make sure that all of this information is uploaded and updated. And if there are any problems, OneOC's HR department will get back to you and let you know when that job opportunity will be posted. And the next thing that I wanted to show you all is OneOC's volunteer calendar and management system. So when we have volunteer opportunities posted at OneOC, your volunteers will be sent to here with volunteers.oneoc.org. And what volunteers will get to see is all of the positions in the Orange County area that are related to nonprofits that are OneOC members that need opportunities and help. You'll also see upcoming events such as days of service and then other different days of service throughout the year. And we do have some volunteer opportunities that are highlighted on our front page. And also, so when you are volunteers, when you do post a volunteer opportunity, what they will be able to see is the following. So once it loads for us, so what they'll see is whatever your opportunity is, your organization name, where it's located, if there is a specific time frame for your project, and actually how far your organization is from that volunteer. And then what is wonderful about OneOC's volunteer calendar is that volunteers can type in specific words such as virtual, for example, and differentiate between what type of volunteer opportunities they would like to see. So if you do participate in posting volunteer opportunities with us, this is what your potential volunteer will see, and you'll be able to receive emails and messages when you do have volunteers sign up. And the next page that I'd like to show you all is our days of service page. Excuse me one second. I need a drink of water. Thank you. So we also have days of service, which I mentioned before, which is a way for volunteers within the community and also companies, families, service clubs, individuals to participate in larger scale volunteer opportunities. As a OneOC member, you do get the option to post volunteer opportunities in relation to days of service. And what happens is eventually OneOC, what we will do is help your organization get the amount of volunteers that you need through our volunteer services department and make sure that your organization is able to perform that project and able to receive the volunteers that you need, which is wonderful. And so what we currently have is our 9/11 Days of Service and Remembrance, which is happening in September as one of our current Days of Service volunteer opportunities. Oops, excuse me. And the next page that I wanted to show you was in regards to Match, Meet, and Serve in our Corporate Volunteer Council. We do have opportunities to match nonprofit organizations that are OneOC members to corporations that are interested in volunteer projects, which is something that we love to do. At this time, we do not have as many opportunities, but I do know that our organization and our volunteer services department is working with corporations and trying to get them connected to OneOC members that do have volunteer projects. Essentially what Match, Meet, and Serve does is we're able to match you with a corporation that is interested in the type of mission that you have, and hopefully out of that matching you guys are able to build a partnership together. And the last thing that I wanted to show was our OneOC training catalog. Let me click on it again for you all. Through our training catalog, OneOC offers multiple trainings throughout the year that either focus on volunteerism, leadership development, HR, fundraising. And as a OneOC member, you do receive a 20% discount. Currently, we are offering trainings in person, or not in person, excuse me. We're offering them online through Zoom, but we also do have e-learning trainings that your volunteers or your staff can take at their own pace. And we do offer them in multiple series as a time, such as like a certificate series. And then we also do offer webinars as well. And whether you are an accelerated or a premium member, you will receive a 20% discount on these trainings. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I think that, let's see, we have a couple of questions. Let's see. Okay, Kristen asked, can high school students participate in a team building volunteer project, or do volunteers have to be over 18? Depending on what type of project you're doing, most volunteers do need to be over 18. That is something that you would work alongside with our volunteer services program. We do have volunteer projects that can have different types of teams within them. For example, a lot of organizations that have volunteer opportunities that need younger individuals, we suggest they create family teams as an option. So it can be a child with their parent or guardian that are volunteering for your volunteer opportunity. Let me see if there's any other questions. Not so far. And thank you, Amanda, for answering people's questions while I was presenting as well. So we'll go to the next slide and I'll turn it over to you, Kevin.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia. It's super helpful in terms of knowing where we've been with our OneOC memberships, and to give you guys an idea of what benefits you already have and will continue to have. But like we mentioned at the beginning, we've done a lot of work during this time in COVID and really evaluating what additional benefits can we provide to our members to continue to accelerate your guys' nonprofit success. So in addition to everything you saw listed previously as a OneOC member, you also get all these benefits as well that we've recently added. So one of those benefits is directly related to training, and that's access to our on-demand virtual training library. And what that virtual training library is it's a set of recordings from previous trainings that we've done in person or on a virtual format that we've put together into different modules that you can work through at your own pace. So it's an online training in our LMS system, so in our learning portal. And I'll be sharing with you guys in an email, and then at the end of this, a way that you can sign up for that. And so we have, I think right now, 7 to 9 different modules covering courses related to fundraising, business strategy, and a wide variety of our other webinars that we covered during the COVID-19 kind of beginning of the pandemic in terms of helping you with, again, fundraising strategies, forecasting, doing different types of scenario planning, your insurance. So there's a wide variety of webinars that are in there, and we're going to continue to add those resources. So if you or someone on your team wants access to that, that's a free member benefit that you can have access to. So I'll be sending out a form to you guys. You can just fill that out, and then you'll receive an email once you've been added to the on-demand virtual training library. Another benefit that we've added is free attendance to our OneOC training courses and virtual events to selected ones. So those are things like our Meet the Funder event we actually have coming up, and different AFP webinars that we have. And so there's a few different types of courses that are available for free for you guys as members. We also have started a members only webinar series. As you guys have likely seen, we did close to 20 or 25 different webinars since the beginning of COVID-19. And we saw that as an awesome opportunity to provide our members with additional resources and knowledge from different speakers and different subject matter experts on different topics. And so each month, 1 or 2 times a month, we'll be doing a members only webinar. And so you'll receive information for that and how you can sign up. And again, that's a free member benefit. And then we also have our member network and our complimentary consulting office hours. And I'll let Amanda share a little bit of details about what that is.
Sure. Thank you so much, Kevin. And like Kevin was sharing, we really have seen a lot of what nonprofits are looking for kind of in the midst of COVID. And so I'm actually going to share my screen real quick, if that's cool with you, just so everybody can get a chance to see what I'm talking about here. So many of you have taken advantage of our nonprofit support network. We're so fortunate, almost 300 of you are a part of this. If you're not part of it, the opportunity is absolutely there for you. And I hope everybody can see this. Is that correct? Can everybody see? Okay, sorry, just making sure. And so we have created a variety of networks to really help out our nonprofit professionals during this time, to really share resources, provide various opportunities to collaborate, ask questions. And so our support network really accomplishes that. And so it's in here. It's in a platform called Mobilize. We'll send out the link if you're not part of that yet. But we also have our CEO forum. And so our CEO forum is specifically for CEOs. I know some of you on the call are part of the CEO forum. Happy to have you here. And really what that is it's kind of taking the support network a step further and creating that opportunity for CEOs to get together on a bi-monthly basis to just discuss how they're doing during COVID-19 as it relates to a variety of topics. And so our next one is going to be on September 3rd. It's actually going to be around returning back to work if you're considering doing that during this time or continuing to stay virtual and how that looks. And we have another one planned for late September regarding the multi-generational workforce. And I know we've gone virtual and everybody's kind of trying to navigate it at different speeds. There really is that opportunity to figure out how to work best together. So like I said, there's a lot of networks in here, but the one I really wanted to highlight today was our members network. So in creating these different networks, we wanted to make sure we had one specifically for our OneOC members so that you could get access to things that not everybody has the chance to get and just, knowing OneOC and being part of OneOC. And so we have a lot of resources here for you with a variety of different tools, templates, things that you can just download and use at your convenience. And so if you're not part of the members network, we're absolutely going to send you the link to sign up to that. You can encourage any of your staff, your colleagues, friends at other nonprofits that are members to sign up for this. And we'll continue updating this on a regular basis. We'll be putting those members-only webinars that Kevin was talking about, sharing those complimentary training courses that you would get as a member, continuing to provide the tools, templates, and resources, and just sharing as much as we possibly can with you because we want to help and support you. So that's our member network. And so I'm going to actually go back and have Kevin share his screen if that works, and then just talk through the options. And then I see we also have some questions. So it says, can more than one person have logins for the members network? Yes, absolutely. So the members network actually is individual logins. So you could have one, but then everyone in your organization can have one. And they can also join the other groups that we have. So I mentioned the CEO forum, I mentioned the support network. We also have other groups. If you're a youth serving organization, we have a youth development professionals group, and we have a fund development professionals group. So if you're a development director, if you'd like to include your development team, we meet about once a month and discuss some burning questions that folks kind of have during this time as we're kind of navigating, I hate to say it's a new normal, and what that means for fundraising and fund development. And so we've had some guest speakers be part of that, and so definitely encourage you to sign up for that one as well. So yes, absolutely, we'll send out the links so that you can register. The other thing that we wanted to share was our office hours. And so that's something that we also created kind of in response to COVID-19, creating availability of the OneOC staff to be able to support you with whatever questions that you have. And we've actually expanded it to continue to include other professionals. And so right now this is kind of available to the broad community, but this is really something that we want to make sure is for our members because we really want you to get that benefit being a member of OneOC. And so kind of anything and everything as it relates to finance and accounting, to HR and compliance, to marketing, to board development, kind of just anything and everything. And so you can listen, just call us up, schedule a time. We have links where you can schedule 15 to 30 minutes with each of us and be able to take advantage of that. So we'll send out those links out as well so you have the opportunity to schedule.
Thank you. Just as a refresher as well, we wanted to go over what OneOC's current membership levels are. So we do have accelerated, which is $265 annually, and all of those benefits that we listed and that I currently went over previously are a part of an accelerated membership. Then the next tier that we have is premium, which is $595 annually, and you're going to receive all of those benefits that you get with an accelerated, as well as our ICAT assessment, which is a capacity building tool that your organization can be a part of. The last one that we have is Premium Plus, which is $975 annually. You're going to get all of those premium benefits and accelerated benefits in that membership, as well as access to the SED assessment, which is our service enterprise diagnostic tool. And that helps your organization measure your volunteer management and capacity as a whole. And lastly, what we are currently introducing now at this time is alongside all of these membership levels, you can add an annual learning subscription bundle to it. So you can receive a membership as well as an annual learning subscription. And I'm going to turn it over to Kevin because he loves annual learning subscriptions and he can explain a little bit more about it to you.
I do love them. You're right, Julia. It's great. So some of you might be familiar with our annual learning subscription. We've had it at OneOC for a good amount of time, and I've probably spoken with a good amount of you about what it is. So really what it is, it's a great opportunity to get multiple people in your organization involved in training. So we recognize, training can be pricey. And so this isn't actually a membership benefit that's just available to members to make sure that all of your staff can attend training at a discounted rate. And so this is something, if you have staff that frequently take training, really consider the annual learning subscription. And I'm happy to set up a time or a call with you guys to share more about what's included, because it really is the most cost-effective way to ensure your staff are getting training. And what it is you gain access to all of OneOC's individual training courses for up to 5 users for a whole year for one flat rate. In addition to that, you also receive 20% discount on top of our already 20% membership discount for certificates and our cohort-based programs like our Step Up and Lead cohort. And so the pricing for that, it starts at $14.65, but that includes your membership. So for that example, that'd be $265 for your accelerated membership and then $1,200 for the annual learning subscription. And so, you could pick your team of managers, those 5 people, or you could pick your mid-level employees that need professional development. And if you need more than 5 users, it's certainly not limited to that, but that is the starting amount. And so, we have organizations that have 20 users, 15 users, 18. We're very flexible in terms of how that works. But this is a great opportunity to bundle your training into your membership price. And I've seen it work really well for a lot of our organizations in terms of budgeting. At the beginning of your fiscal year, you defer all of your training needs to OneOC, you pay your membership and you pay your training, and your professional development is set with your staff. And so again, when we send up our follow email, I will have information about that, how you can sign up, but definitely a great opportunity there. I think I did see some questions come in. Let me see. I'm trying to find my toolbar here. Julia, do you think you could read those to me? I can't seem to see them.
Yes, they were in regards to our ICAT assessment.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we can address those. You want to go ahead and read those?
I can talk about it. That's totally cool. So yes, Mary has shared that she's been a member for 2 years but hasn't taken the assessment. So the ICAT is an assessment that's available to Premium and Premium Plus members. And really what it does is it helps you to assess your organization's capacity. And for a lot of us, we may be at a place in our organization's life cycle where we have a lot going on and we're not really sure where to focus, or we may be embarking on a strategic planning effort. Or we may just want to get some clarity about how we're doing. And so this assessment really helps you to answer those questions and give you some valuable information about where your organization is at from a capacity building perspective, as well as recommendations to kind of move forward in your organization's life cycle. And so if anybody is interested in that assessment, I'm happy to give more information. I would be the one working with you, helping you to administer the assessment, giving you a debrief on your results, and then kind of helping you determine what your next steps are as an organization. And so if you want me to reach out to you, you can either put your email in the chat or you can respond to the email that Kevin sends out later. So thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. And yeah, last detail about the annual learning subscription is, you get access to all the individual courses on our training catalog. So if you guys have visited it before, we offer 100 to 150 different courses. And so that's in a virtual format, like we do it on Zoom. That's in the e-learning self-paced where you can log in and take trainings on our learning management system. And then hopefully, eventually, when we're back in person, that includes our in-person courses as well. And so I would encourage you, go take a look at our training catalog that Julia showed you earlier. We're always adding more courses. So there's maybe 60, 70 that are listed there now, but we're continuously adding more throughout the year. And so if you have any questions about that, I am your point person. So as we kind of wrap up and before we jump into any last minute questions, I wanted to share how you guys can take advantage of this today, because you're probably listening to this and going, okay, awesome. So what do I do? That's a lot of information. And again, we're going to send it in a follow up and make it really easy, bite-sized for you guys. But a few takeaways to think about today. Sign up for OneOC's office hours. If you have consistent challenges or barriers that you're facing in your organization, as quite frankly, all of us are at this time, like Amanda said, we have our nonprofit specialists in those various kind of expertise areas, related to board development, fundraising, business planning, financial services. Take advantage of all of that and sign up for those office hours. And, even if it is just kind of the start of a conversation, we definitely will make sure you get the resources you need to move forward. Sign up for those support networks, like Amanda showed you on the screen. We'll send the links to do that as well. Sign up for OneOC's virtual training library. Again, I will send a link that'll have a form for you to fill out, and then we will get you set up in the next week, and you'll receive an email once you've been added to that. And if you have additional staff that you want to add to that as well, shoot me an email, and we can certainly add them to the virtual training library as well. And if you haven't already, sign up for our newsletters, because these newsletters are where we send out all the information about our trainings and our events and our workshops. You might have seen one went out this morning at 11 o'clock right before this call. And so if you aren't on that, feel free to put your email and your name and your organization again in the chat, and I will make sure to personally add you to that so that you can receive updates for all those upcoming events. And then finally, if you have, I already said, annual learning subscription, you're curious about that and how to bundle that into your membership, we can certainly have a conversation about that as well. But that is it in terms of all of the stuff we're proposing and additions that we've made today. Here's our contact information. Feel free to reach out to any of us. Like we said, Julia, more related to your specific membership questions. If you have training related questions, feel free to reach out to me, and Amanda can certainly help you with anything related to consulting and in general in terms of our whole department. So that is pretty much what we have for you today. But we want to make this conversational. And so we know we covered a lot of information. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you have any questions at this point, we're a smaller group. Feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask. We want to make sure that everything gets addressed today.
And we did have a question in the chat from Joy. And Joy, I'm not sure what organization you're with and if you have a current membership or if you're a prospective member, but I definitely suggest, if you're not sure about what membership level you are, or if you're considering kind of moving up to a different membership, get in touch with Julia, because she can really help figure out what the best option is for you, for your organization. If you're not yet a member, and if you are a member, if that's still the right one, or if we need to adjust kind of just based on your needs. We're here to serve you, and so we want to make sure we give you the option that's best for where your organization's at. And so that's also really why we've tried to add more benefits to our membership, to make sure that you really feel like you're getting the most value you can, even at the accelerated level. And so there's still a lot of value for the membership option. So as Kevin said, we're happy to answer any questions at all that you have.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, if any of you have questions in regards to your current OneOC membership, please feel free to contact me via email, and I'd be more than happy to schedule another meeting with you to go over what your organization has currently done with OneOC and go over possibly those benefits more and see where we can help you in the future. Because OneOC, our mission is to accelerate nonprofit success, and we want your organization to be able to succeed and to continue to grow. So be more than happy to talk to any of you one-on-one individually.
All right, well, I'll give a standing 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Does anyone have any lingering questions? I know that was a lot of information, but feel free to put it in the chat or unmute yourself. We'll give you a couple more seconds.
I did actually want to share one more thing that I think would be helpful for folks on this call. I don't know if you've seen some of our marketing for the Community Cup Charity Challenge and thought to yourself, what is this? But really, it's a great opportunity for you to be able to partner with a company that's looking to do volunteering. Some of you on the call might already be participating in the Charity Challenge, and if that's the case, great. But for those that haven't heard of it or want more information about it, essentially what it is we're taking our concept of our Community Cup, which we did for the first time last year, and it was really kind of around employee volunteerism and employee engagement. And even taking it a step further and being able to say, okay, what are some great volunteer opportunities that folks can take advantage of right now with organizations that really, really need the support, particularly with COVID, in alignment with our 9/11 Days of Service and Remembrance. And so leading up to that, we're encouraging nonprofits to post projects, both virtual and in person. A lot of companies are looking for virtual, so if you have a virtual project, great. Even if you don't, I would encourage you, if there's something that you need, to post it in that volunteer calendar that Julia was mentioning. And if you have more questions about the actual days of service or what's required, we can connect you with Sitlali Luna, who oversees that. But the challenge part that's really cool is you're going to be matched with the company. So you can either bring in a company that you already work with that already supports your organization, and that's wonderful, or you can build a relationship with a brand new company who really wants to support your efforts. And by them pairing up with you and participating in the volunteer project, you'll be entered to win a $1,000 cash prize. So you're not only getting your name out there and creating the exposure for your organization and potentially getting to meet a new company, you're also entered to win that money. So just wanted to let you know that that is available. We still are taking projects and teams. And so if you want more information about that, feel free to reach out to me and I'll direct you to the appropriate person within our organization.
Awesome. We had one more question come in, Amanda, and I'll let you take this one. The question was, do we have any kind of board connections or board, we call it board placement, for corporate members to positions and nonprofits? Heather, it sounds like you're looking for 2 new board members. So we do provide that service. I'll let Amanda share a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a couple of different options for you, Heather. So we do have board placement services where we just kind of straight place somebody in a nonprofit. There is an additional fee to that just because there is time that it takes to be able to go through that matching process. And we also do board training. So if you don't necessarily have kind of a strong board development program, or you need assistance kind of with building up that pipeline for future board members, we also offer those services as well. And so that could be something that maybe would be helpful for us to schedule a call to talk a little bit more about. I can get a little bit more of a sense of what you're looking for, and then we can make a recommendation from there. So I'm happy to reach out to you after this call.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And again, we will be sending out all this info, attaching our emails. So if you have any questions that didn't get addressed, please don't hesitate to reach out. We always want to stay in contact with you guys and make sure that you're receiving and taking full advantage of your membership. And so we really appreciate you guys joining today. Hopefully it was helpful to get a sense of what new benefits have been added for you guys, and just to continue to move forward. And I just wanted to kind of, as a final encouragement, thank you for all the work that you're each doing. We know that you guys are on the front lines and serving different causes and really supporting our communities. And at OneOC, we only exist because you guys exist. And so just know that we're championing you, and we're really proud of all the amazing work you're doing, and we just want to be a resource to support. So thank you for all you're doing, and we will talk to you soon.